All right, let's talk about parts of the circle here, a little bit of vocab review. So you may want to pause the video and write down some of this. But anyway, a little bit of review of some old stuff here. Perimeter and circumference are the same thing. We should know this back from our measurement unit. It's the distance around, right? Arc length is going to be part of the circumference. So we don't want to know the distance all the way around. We want to know part of the way around. And we'll talk about how to find that part here in just a minute. And we're going to use arc measure to help us find that part. Okay, arc measure is in degrees. We do degrees. That's not all the way around. We know the degrees all the way around is 360. For example, down here in this section, this arc measure for RT is 45 degrees. That doesn't mean it's 45 inches long or 45 long. We'll figure that out in a minute. But the degrees are what we're talking about right now. So I think we've figured this out, minor arc and major arc. Okay, minor arcs use 2 letters. Major arcs use 3 letters. So the major arc is the arc going all the way around, RST, which is 315 degrees. So we're probably about ready to do a little bit of arc length. Okay, so arc length is based on circumference because this is the distance all the way around. And we're going to use degree measure to help us do that. Okay, so just like when you go to the store and you buy, let's say we're shopping and we buy $40 shirt, it's 30% off. How much are we going to pay? Like you ought to be able to figure that out. $40 shirt, 30% off. Here's the way I think about it. What percentage of the original price am I going to pay? Anybody want to shout that out? What percent?
70%.
I'm going to pay 70%. Okay, so that means I'm going to take 40 and I'm going to multiply it by 0.7. So right now in your head, you know I'm paying $28 for this shirt. Okay, which seems maybe viable. All right, so I'm multiplying the amount, the original amount, the whole amount, times the percentage. That's how you can figure out how much we want. We're going to apply the same principle down here. Okay, we're going to take the entire circumference, which is diameter times pi, and we're going to multiply it by the percentage that we want. Now, remember, it's the percentage on a circle. So our percentage is going to be however many degrees it is out of 360. That's how you get our percentage. Okay. Another way we could look at it, instead of doing d pi, we know that diameter is 2 times radius. So this formula right here is basically the same thing. All right, those are the same thing. You're taking, however you're figuring the circumference out, the entire distance around, and then you're going to multiply by that percentage. All right. So write those formulas down, and then let's use it down here. It says find the length of arc AB. So AB is the minor arc going this way. The radius is 6. So I'm going to do 2 times 6 times pi. And I'm going to multiply by 120 out of 360, which is a percentage. We know that's 1/3. If you wanted to reduce that, we could do that. So in your calculator, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is multiply all that together. 2 times 6. I'm going to leave pi out of it for just a minute. And I'm going to do times 120 divided by 360. And I'm going to get 4. So this arc length is 4 pi, which is approximately 12.6. And this would have units on there. They would be in inches. Yep, let them in. Okay, so to find the length of the other arc, go in the other direction. Arc ACB would be 2 times 6 times pi. Now, how many degrees is this? This is 240. So it's 240 out of 360. Again, this is just the percentage, which is like 67%. but I would type that in my calculator. 2 times 6 times 240 divided by 360, and I would get 8. That's 8 pi, which 8 pi in your calculator is 25.1 inches, right? And then if you go back and look, this should make sense. If I add the 4 pi and 8 pi, that makes 12 pi, which is telling me that 12 pi is the circumference all the way around, like it should add up. And if you go back and look, yeah, 2 times 6 is 12. So we know the circumference all the way around is 12 pi. This is 4 pi, and that's 8 pi, and that's how it's divided up. All right, so you're multiplying by a percentage. Let's do another one over here. Arc MP. So 2 times 10 times pi, and that would be 45 out of 360. Right? I would type that in. That's going to be 20 times 45 divided by 360, which would be 2.5 pi, which would be 7.9. These are in centimeters. All right, and we could find the major arc, MLP, which is the arc all the way around, which is what? That's 315. So 2 times 10 times pi times 315 out of 360. Again, that's just a percentage over there. And then the calculator will take care of the rest. 20 times 315 divided by 360 is 17.5 pi centimeters. And then we can convert that to a decimal and get 54. That's 55.0 centimeters. All right, so either one of those answers down there will work. But that's how you do that. So you take the entire circumference, multiply by the percentage, and you'll come up with an answer. Okay, so you ought to be able to do these here on the back on the next page. This is all about that exact same situation. Find the length of each arc. Just pay attention to the arc that you're finding. That's arc AB is right there. Arc CDE on this one, if it's a major arc, then you're actually finding the major arc this way. So it's almost the entire circle except for that part. All right, see if you can do that. Ready, go.